One thing I'm curious about is the fact that there's a lot of Pakistanis, there's a lot of Indians here. Do you think the Pakistanis here are different from in Pakistan?
That's a good question. No.
No, really?
To an extent, actually, yeah, Pakistanis here are quite different. First of all, Dubai is highly regulated with rules and regulations and all of that, which I really, really like, which I really adore. And they stick to their rules, and you have to like, if you don't have a certain set of rules, then it's very difficult to operate in it within a society. And Dubai has done that brilliantly, and with and they help you with your, if you're running a business, the laws and regulations actually help you do that. So if you have a career and you're going for a job, the laws and regulations that are set in place are so strong that you feel protected throughout the
Yeah,
entire
it helps
time.
you feel safe.
It
Yeah.
helps you. It's one of the safest countries in the world.
Yeah.
One of the safest cities in the world.
Yeah.
To bring it back to your question, Pakistanis here are different. Yes, they are different, because when you're living in Pakistan, I hear gunshots almost every other day from my rooftop. Like I hear someone, like I saw a guy die right in front of me while I was walking to school. Like I've seen that, in Pakistan. Like I was walking to school. I was in ninth grade. I'm just walking, and there's this thing in Pakistan where, like outside a house, there's this small little kiari is what we call it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like this. While I was walking there, um, now, keep in mind, this is like a 13-year-old kid who's walking to school. I see a guy dead inside that gyari, like with that guarded area, and he's covered in blood, and he's in like I'm like trigger warning, all
Yeah.
of those things. So now I've seen that, and now I see it, and I'm like, is that a dead guy? Okay, like we just started off with such
You
a we
just casually brought that into the conversation.
no, but like you need to understand, like, right? Because if you are exposed to an environment like that at the
makes
age of 13 or 12 or 11 or whatever it is, even though I was exposed to it at 13, people are exposed to it at the age of 3 as well. Maybe two. Like kids are exposed to it throughout their entire life. You think that just happened at the age of 13? No, it was built up, and then I saw that thing as well.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I just went to my school, and my school's like, "Why are you late?" And I'm like,
How do you explain?
"Sir, please not right now. I think there's a." And then police came, and then they picked him up, and then like, the guy was murdered basically. And then I've seen that. Then I've also seen a guy get shot and dead outside my house, right outside my house. So if I've seen those things and I've grown up in an environment like that, obviously when I come here, and obviously any Pakistani who comes to Dubai, the safest country in the city in the world, from one of the worst situations that you could be living in, and then you come here, there's a huge shift in an environment, and then the environment plays a huge role with who you are and how you are with
For
people.
sure.
So I think that's how Pakistanis are changed here as well. Like while I was coming here, the cab driver, I asked him, I was like, "How are you doing?" And like, "How's life? And are you happy?" And this and that. And then he's like, "Why? Where are you going? You look all dressed up." And then I'm like, "I'm going to a podcast." And then he's like, "That's really nice." And then he's like, What do you do?" And I told him what I did. I said I run a creative company. He's like, "So is this your dream?" And he's a Pakistani guy. I couldn't even fathom that back in Pakistan, a driver could be asking me about what my dream is.
Oh,
know?
interesting.
What my dream is, and are you happy with this dream? So he's like, "Was this your dream?" Like a cab driver was asking me, "Was this your dream?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I said, do you have any dreams?" He's like, "Yeah, I did, and I accomplished it." And I said, "What was the dream?" He said, "I wanted to build a house for myself, and while working here in Dubai for the past this many, I think 8 or 10 years, I think he said, I've been able to build a house for my family back in Pakistan." So yes, coming here to Dubai, Pakistanis are different because they become more optimistic. They become more open to things. They learn different cultures. They learn different even languages and traditions and all of these things. Their mind becomes so open that, and Dubai in itself rewards them so much that they are able to provide for not their family but also fulfill dreams,
Yeah.
and not just put their kids to like school, but do way more than that, go above and beyond by just driving a cab here, you know? Like, I don't want to stereotype and say Pakistanis just drive cabs here, no. But that's the conversation that I had, and that made me that made me so happy. He's like, my dream was fulfilled 6 months ago. I'm
I love
happy with my
that. That's
life.
so beautiful. And you were, first of all, it's crazy to fathom that, you know, that was the environment that, you know, you grew up in, and then when you came here, you see that it's so different. And I don't know, I just realized that there are so many things that we take for granted living here. And so when you came here, you witnessed how, and that plays a role in how Pakistanis then become here,
Yeah.
because we grew up in a society that's more, I guess, that's more safe. We take things for granted. We are optimistic. Maybe we're a little spoon fed as well. It's like a mix of both. But um but you can see how culture plays such a significant role in the types of Pakistanis in both
Yeah.
countries.